Today we're going to talk about how to turn graffiti into an art project. Let's go. One of the oldest forms of art, graffiti. The first evidence of graffiti was actually cave drawings. Now, we think of it more as a contemporary style of art. We see it on buildings and walls all over cities, small and big. For the graffiti art project, you will include three major components. Number one, text. Number two, a character of some kind. And number three, a background to depict an environment where graffiti might appear. Here I'm drawing some text by simply writing some text first and then outlining it using Sharpie and making it boxy and bubbled. So these are two possible options of how you could include text in your graffiti project. I wasn't satisfied with that, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to draw a bat symbol and then fit the letters inside the bat symbol to make it a little bit more interesting. So I blocked out my text, outlined it in Sharpie, and then I'm also going around it to make it look a little bit more like paint drips. The second major component is including a character. So in this project, we're drawing text and we're also drawing a character. So I, of course, chose Batman, and I'm doing two different possible styles for the character, trying to keep it very cartoony and not realistic at all. Now I'm going to combine the two together, starting with my text, with that Batman logo, Batman text, and then an animated, exaggerated version of Batman's face, starting with pencil, outlining in Sharpie, adding the additional drips to make it look like it's more of a spray paint effect. Now I'm including my background. I'm blocking things out by measuring off with a ruler 1-inch measurements to create the illusion of a brick wall in the background. It's crucial that you do use a ruler to make this as neat as possible. So then when you go back and you outline, it's going to be very precise and they're going to be about the same size. Don't randomly try to draw your background. Have a plan and it's going to work out better. So I'm deciding to use a little bit of marker on the front end. It was a little dried out, so I'm going to go back and fix that in a little bit by layering in some other art supplies. I like the intensity of the highlighters because it feels more like spray paint. It's bright. And then I'm layering in some orange for my background for the bricks because I'm going to layer additional colors with colored pencils on top of that in just a moment. Having contrast with a light color of the yellow versus the dark color of the purple really makes our design pop. Now I'm layering in colored pencil to smooth out that texture of the markers that I wasn't satisfied with, and I'm adding a little bit of shading and make it look a little bit more dramatic. I'm also adding a bit of a fade of value, so I'm shading some dark purple at the bottom of the text and some white at the top to make it have a little bit more punch and it's not as flat. I'm also adding a little bit of texture with some colored pencils on top of the bricks because I thought they looked too plain. And there you have it, our finished graffiti piece.
If you liked today's video, go ahead and click on this one too. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to Create Art with Chris right here.